and hanging it up and walking it away. And so I wrote this a while back, and I hope that I hope it'll work on you. I titled my encouragement to you, Anyway. Turn to your neighbor and say, Anyway. Now listen, I might offend some of you as I talk to them, but you're overhearing a conversation that I'm having with people who feel called into full-time ministry or to lead at a high level in ministry. So I'm speaking facts, and they're gonna get it, but I don't mean any ill will towards you because you know that I love you. But my position is that there is no better time to be in ministry than right now. If I could pick any time in human history, I would pick this time. Why? Well, toilet paper wasn't invented until 1857. Before toilet paper, people mainly used whatever was free and readily available for personal hygiene. Unfortunately, many of those options were quite painful. Wood shavings, hay, rocks, corn cobs, even frayed anchor cables. No wonder Jonathan Edwards preached sinners in the hands of an angry God. The man was wiping with corn cobs. So starting there is not a decade that sounds very appealing to me. How many of you want to do ministry or live a life exclusively dependent upon horse or train? Do you want the early part of the last century with the wars, food shortages, gas lines, and high interest rates? Pastors of the past have survived pandemics, governmental frustrations. The kingdom of Jesus Christ has advanced through plagues, wars, dictators, and emperors. It has survived famines and droughts. It has survived communists, fascists, and racists. It's survived Republicans, Democrats, and independents. It has survived the American Revolution, Civil War, World War II, World War I, Korean War, Vietnam War, as well as our modern conflicts. Yeah, I get it. Times are tough. But can I level with you? I don't want to show up in heaven and sit next to the martyrs who held churches at night or in caves for fear of being discovered. I don't want to be next to those martyrs who received one page of the Bible, memorized it, and passed it on, only to receive another page and begin memorizing it as well. I don't want to be sitting next to those who are impaled on stakes or lit a fire for their faith. I don't want to be next to those who had their eyes gouged out, skin flaked from their bodies, tongues torn from their mouths, and have to share my story of how I had to navigate a toilet paper shortage and had to navigate high interest rates and a contentious election. I get it. If you're in ministry, we are not as respected or revered as some of our predecessors. We are no longer the home team culturally. I also get that even though our challenges might not be worth comparing to those who have come before us, they are still challenges. Someone once asked me what it's like to be in ministry, and I said, we get a call every morning that says, I'm going to get in a car wreck later this afternoon, and I wonder if you want to go for a ride. We face societal challenges. Extracurricular activities and obligations are on the rise, while frequency of attendance is on decline. Political chaos abounds on both sides. Abortion continues to become mainstream and a topic of celebration. The biblical view of sexuality is considered outdated, out of touch, homophobic, and hate speech. Gender identity has moved past Genesis, past chromosomes, and is now a matter of the mind. Racial divides are widening. Inclusion and tolerance have become the standard instead of truth. Feelings have replaced facts. No doubt we face societal changes in ministry and societal challenges in ministry. But I've decided to do ministry anyway. We face personal hardships. There are marital strains, financial burdens, and parenting battles. We suffer miscarriages, health scares, and health challenges. We walk through the valley of the shadow of death with our parents, grandparents, and in-laws. No doubt we face personal challenges while still managing ministry. And some may tap out, but you continue to do ministry anyway. We face professional challenges. Those in early childhood deal with dirty diapers, disgruntled parents, and inconsolable babies, and foster kids with heart-wrenching backstories. In children's ministry, we deal with distracted kids, underparented and underloved boys and girls. Volunteers are late, cancel, or no-show, yet get frustrated when you remove them from the roster because they're no longer dependable. In student ministry, teenagers are navigating painful divorces and coming to grips with physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. They are raising themselves while experimenting with sex and drugs and pornography. We minister to college students who are underemployed and over-entitled and relationally draining. Yet we consider to do ministry anyway. To those in recovering ministries, we navigate court dates, family separation, and relapses. In benevolence, we deal with growing needs and shrinking funds. The people we can't help have no grace, and the people we do help have no thanks. Yet we'll continue to do ministry tomorrow anyway. To those in connections and discipleship ministries, we face a consumeristic mentality, lack of leadership in the home, and people who are high on opinion and low on involvement. To those in tech and worship, we face a lack of volunteers, lower levels of talent, and still try to keep the excellence bar high. To senior leaders, we face HR issues, incident reports, budget overages, staff challenges, system changes, and devastating isolation. Yet we continue to do ministry anyway. Ministry's tough. That's why it's not for everyone. But by God's grace, you're still in it. Still pushing forward. Still pursuing God. You manage your home, your finances, your kids, and you still have room left over to love those around you. Being in ministry alongside of you is a privilege and an honor. We minister to people who lie, who overpromise and underdeliver. It seems like every time we leave the 99 to go after the one says thanks, but doesn't serve, give, or help out around the church. And the 99 complain that we didn't visit their uncle in the hospital, even though nobody told us he was there. Ministry's tough. But God is good and undefeated. And in the midst of our pain and hardships and trials and shortcomings, God is still on the move, still providing, and he is still filling jars of clay with heavenly treasure. The gospel is going forth, carried by your beautiful feet. Ministry is tough, but it was tough long before you stepped into ministry. It was tough for Moses and Joshua. Our ministries are not worth comparing to Jeremiah or Daniel. Most of us would have not had to endure the family hardships of Job. Would any of us want the pleasantries visited upon Peter or Paul? We were warned that we were being sent out like sheep among wolves, yet we answered the call anyway. So we shouldn't be surprised when we get bitten or a little bit bloody, because we are a part of an unbroken chain of people who fell so in love with Jesus that we decided to give the rest of our years to answering the call to feed his sheep. We have slaughtered the oxen. We have burned the plow. There is indeed a crown of righteousness in store for us on that great and glorious day. So while ministry may be tough, and you might have a time where you are tempted to quit, remember that Christ in us is the hope of glory. And that if we do not become weary in doing good at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And I don't know about you, but that is all the hope I need to keep doing ministry anyway. May God bless you and keep you in your ministry. To those of you here at the Crossing, I got a special word for you. God has done something incredibly beautiful through your efforts. You've heard people talk about it, but a conference that takes place here is now taking place in other churches. And it's giving other churches an opportunity for their men to experience what you are experiencing. Just so you know, we take all of the profits from this conference. None of us make any money off of this. We want to make sure we put on the best conference we can, and then we take all of the leftovers and we help other churches